I hear that Teslas are depreciating by a huge amount. Is this a Tesla issue or an EV issue? It's a Tesla issue. They have horrible QC and are expensive to repair. Plus, the liberals who like EVs no longer want Teslas because the CEO of Tesla, Elon Musk, is a right-wing douche. However, keep their value for several years until it gets close to time to replace their battery. Chevy Bolts are having issues, but the manufacturer is dealing with them generously, so that should turn out okay for resale. EVs are depreciating, worse with Tesla due to Tesla new car prices have dropped significantly compared to when they had less competition. They are still trying to find the right pricing as well as making production more efficient. As this goes on, prices drop so depreciation occurs. Combustion engine vehicles have been developed for decades, so improvements are a lot slower and depreciation is slower. My Nissan Leaf is depreciating a lot slower than Tesla's. EV depreciation does not signal viability of EVs for green energy because EVs are not a source of green energy. They can use green energy to fuel vehicles. The batteries are about 50% the cost of the car, and they depreciate a very high rate. A bit of both. More upmarket cars tend to depreciate faster, and older EVs also suffer due to advances in battery tech, meaning they become outdated faster. It was always going to happen. It's an emerging market. All car manufacturers are working on improving EVs right now. Your car will be more outdated at a faster rate than a regular car would due to the tech changing faster. Not just on batteries either, they are loaded with tech stuff that will get out of date. Personal opinion only, but I also think some of the shine has come off Tesla too now. It's not the new trendy thing anymore. It's not seen as a premium product like say Apple as much as it was after the last 5 years of news cycle on them. It's because it's a piece of junk. The EV industry issue, they want to reinvent the wheel and ask a huge amount to give little. If they make an already vehicle EV for 10 more, the depreciation prices wasn't so huge because the parts to repair would be cheaper cause already exists. All vehicle depreciate as soon as they drive off the lot. EVs have the added perk that when the battery is done they are worthless. A Tesla battery is at least $12,000. Most people don't want to purchase something used that they are going to have to spend another $12,000 on. It's a car issue. Car rental companies just dump large portions of their EV fleets as well. Lots of Teslas from Hertz. All of the above. It's a Tesla issue, an EV issue, and a car issue. Cars depreciate in value quite quickly, especially if you buy them new. If you buy a new car, then as soon as you drive away from the dealership you already lose a significant amount of the car's value. As EVs get older, the battery performance declines. Once an EV gets to around 100,000 miles, then the battery performance decreases quite significantly, so older EVs lose value quite quickly. Lots of EV manufacturers do offer a warranty where they will replace the battery for free, but subject to certain conditions. You normally have to reach 80,000-100,000 miles within a set number of years, usually 8-10. If your EV is outside the warranty, then the value of the vehicle decreases significantly. As replacing batteries is expensive in lots of EVs, the cost of the battery can approach 50% of the value of the car itself. Tesla has had a bunch of issues, mainly around bad QC and bad PR from their CEO, which means that Teslas are no longer as attractive as they once were. This means that Teslas are now nowhere near as valuable as they used to be. Combo. Depreciation is just a measure of consumer confidence. There hasn't been a more erratic and polarizing CEO in the history of global car manufacturing. Add that to the failure of the Cybertruck so far and you have a perfect storm. Oh, and they fired and are now trying to rehire their entire supercharger team. From a business perspective, there is no reason anyone should be confident in the future of Tesla. I hope they succeed, but shit's been wild over the last year. The depreciation is due to newer EVs being better, charging faster, longer range, better NVH, more features, etc. Battery degradation is pretty much a non-issue in modern EVs that aren't the Nissan Leaf, as the onboard systems monitor charging and discharging. People are looking at EVs like phones and computers, which obviously depreciate quite quickly. New phones have better cameras, battery, screen, etc., and therefore decreases the perceived value of the old phone. It's an investor issue. HTTPS. One thing I haven't seen people mention here in regards to Tesla is how their stocks are evaluated. Historically, Tesla has been evaluated on the stock exchange as a tech company rather than a car manufacturer. They were also one of the only people interested in manufacturing electric cars. Now, everyone makes electric cars, and the stock market is starting to finally assess Tesla as a car manufacturer, which has led to less interest in the company and a particularly steep depreciation in their car's value because it's being assessed as a car instead of a piece of tech. Hertz is selling all their Tesla for cheap. It's likely EVs have hit their peak market share until more mandates are imposed. TL Doctor, you are paying for the battery and batteries have a short lifespan. Longer version is about how I got a Model S and after the new model came out, the price dropped so hard, I couldn't sell the extremely sought after at the time car anywhere near it was supposed to worth. Electric cars are relatively easy to manufacture. There are companies making it to order. Fisker has no factories, for example. Any car interior will be worn down in 10 years, battery will deteriorate, outside will look dated. Cars at the similar price range like a Mercedes will have everything in them built for 10 years in mind. Mercedes owners used to be able to might still get badges from the factory to put on their grille, proudly showing off big milestones like 100k, 250k miles, and such. Interiors are durable and design was often easily lasted over 10 years. We have a relatively cheaper Mercedes turning 5 and it's like new, not kidding. You pay for many things when you buy. With an electric car, you mainly buy the battery and that will depreciate like crazy. There is no magic here. Edit. It's not about EVs, but lithium-ion tech.